Whoa, whoa, it's the show and go. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. It's the show and go.
Herbie Farnworth here.
All right, ready to go, boys. Friday, 12th of June. We're here with the show and go. We've got Luke hosting, the co-hosts. We've got Jackson Thomas over there in Auckland, ready for his drop tonight. What's going on, sir?
Oh, not a lot, mate. Just, getting ready for drop day, baby. So I'm heading up the coast at 3. So in theory, all the work should be done by 2, and then I can kick back and, do my thing, man.
All the work should already be done, mate. You're a gun.
It should already be done. Someone's been listening to the podcast. What's up?
The business partner in my top left of the screen, Isaac John, here for the show and go again.
Isaac John.
Hey, bro, what's up? Fucking, where am I? Third down the rank, am I? So you're host, I'm lucky last.
Sitting at home.
Just a guest every now and then.
Just a guest, Sam. We got Scope in. We were saying yesterday maybe Chico. We got to open the umbrella of the show and go. You never know.
Fuck, Chico want to be a bit of a laugh.
Yeah, exactly. Now, boys, we all sat down. We all watched a game last night. Broncos started strong, but Cherry Evans and the Sea Eagles came back. Just picked them at the post, 20-18. Ice, I know you were watching. We were on the Twitter. We had Jackson and I were doing the graphics for the game as well, trying to fly through it with our new culture stats. Firstly, what did you think of the game?
Yeah, I thought it was a good game. Obviously, when you lose by 50 points, you wanted to see your team sort of bounce back, and they did, but they're just kind of in that position of like you forget how to win sometimes and losing becomes a habit, and they're kind of in that sort of position right now. And because like we always bank on Broncos youth, and obviously they added Benny Teo back in there, but like when you're behind the post and you can feel a team sort of start to get momentum, knowing what to say and the right thing to say at the right time, and then more so knowing what to do and how to try and shift that momentum, that's where experience comes in. And you can look at Payne Haas and you can look at his stats and go, fuck, he's a gun and all that sort of stuff. But then you do need that experienced half, that experienced back rower, that experienced fullback hooker, just to go, fuck, boys, this is what we need right now. I need you to do this. I need you to do this. I'll do this. And let's just get up in the line and D our way back into momentum. But it was just one of them things. Besides that, I really enjoyed the game. Xavier Coates, I thought he was a standout. Refused not to contest the high ball. I think I think it's pretty obvious that he's going to be special. Obviously, if he stays healthy. And I was talking to Chico, he knows him, so he's a really great kid as well. Really down to earth, really humble. So
is he a PNG boy?
Yeah, PNG. He's great. I think he's next up.
Yeah, a lot of people were rapping him in the comments from when we put the post up. So, and we did that thing a few months back where we referred to him as the Caruso of the NRL. Remember that? And I put Caruso's shit chop on his head.
His hairline's running backwards faster than his fucking defensive line, mate. It's escaping.
It is. It's not as luscious as your locks right there, mate. How good.
No, this is hideous.
Nah, yeah, Jackson, you were loving Isako's pins, huh?
Oh, who doesn't? Oh, he has the silkiest legs in the comp. Fucking unreal, man. Like, I don't know what he moves around in the gym, but that boy, he flies around the field. He's almost a little bit Chris Nanu at the back, where you kind of panic because he's such a cruiser. Like, you're like, fucking get to the ball, man. But he's always there. So I love me some Isako. From the waist down, he's all time. I thought the Broncos were good, man. Even though they got ran down in the second half, I did want to speak to you, mate. What you know a little bit about Siebes as a coach. If the Broncos last in the comp defensively, like they fucking leak points. You know, Darbs and Milf have obviously had their issues, but just through the middle they were getting fucking rolled. Obviously, Fanua Blake's a monster and would roll any pack, but isn't defense? Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't defense kind of Siebes like that's his foundation, right? That's kind of what makes him him.
Yeah, so when he was at Melbourne as an assistant coach, that was his job there. Obviously, he took the Melbourne system and brought it to Manly. That was his job there as well. But yeah, I don't know. Even though he's a defensive coach, I think once you get to that sort of head coach sort of position, you do have people underneath you. So he'll probably have a defensive coach, he'll probably have an attack coach, and then he'll oversee like all of it as well. So I don't know how involved he is with the D, but when you come as a defensive coach, you don't expect to sort of leak those types of points. And I've been within his defensive systems. I've sat down and had beers with him. I've been in video sessions with him, with the team and without the team as well, just to see where his mind is at. And it's weird. Like obviously off the back of results like that, you wouldn't think so, but he actually really knows what he's talking about. And he's very, very big on like black and white. So his defensive systems are so in place that like if there is a mistake, you know where the mistake's from because your role is black and white. Same with YKTr. Like something fucks up, and it's on that person individually because they didn't do their role. It's bro, like when you're a position. So I'm a half. You got 4 roles. So when you go back into the line, like I'll give you an example. So you go look up, and then if there's shape coming, you identify the shape. You name the shape as well. So you just call it whatever your team calls it. Say I have to call them 7 block or 7 tiger. Like I go, 7 tigers coming, and then you get up like first moves, like first 3 steps up square, up in the line, and then you make your reads off the back of that. Yeah. And there's no element of guessing in it because the first day of training, you've got this list and like, here's your checklist. And if they run this shape, the winger got to jam on there, jam on there, jam on there. So,
right, and if they skin you, they skin you. So it's not like you know who's fucked up.
Yeah, and he goes, there's no grey area within this game. Where Ivan, when he was defensive coach, he was saying, like, if I'm a half and I have to make the read on the back row and the fullback up the back as well, I have to make the decision, and then everyone else makes the decision off the back of me. So he goes, footy's like a grey game. So like we'll react off the back of your decisions, and you can do that if you've got great footballers. Like if you've got a Dean Fuddy outside you who can read and a winger outside him that can follow him. But I really enjoyed Siebes' one, and he's pretty much copied that from Melbourne because it's just copy and paste. And obviously Melbourne's been the best defensive system for the last 15, 20 years. So, it is weird, bro. It is weird. But
I think you could definitely see it in the first half. It was working, and even Darbs, like I know he's had his critics, but you could see he was doing exactly what. It's interesting that you say it because that's what I noticed when he's playing. He was doing the up, and he was kind of. They race up off the line and then they sort of pause and make their reads. And he was actually reading, and Milf was fucking whacking blokes. Like they were in the first half, they were nailing it. But I suppose in any team, when Adam Fanua-Blake decides, all right, fuck this, and they start rolling through the middle, I suppose it sort of separates everything outside of that ruck, right? Because as soon as Fanua-Blake started running, you saw Tommy even coming in for fourth tackle carry through the middle, dummy half runs. My favourite player, Brad Parker. Like once the middle starts to collapse,
fullbacks playing tackle 4, outside backs doing tackle 4. That's a good strategy. Because
Rog does it a lot,
yeah, because you play the ball and you're already back at fullback straight away as well. So what they try and do in NRL is they try and do a 10-man kick chase. So you've got your 4 edges on each side, so 4 edges like that. But what the thing is, you're not allowed to get your back row up on your right and your back row up on your left, linking up like that. So if we kick into this corner and our whole team's going down there, you have to have 2 middles in there. So they call it like a 10-man kick chase. And what a fullback carrying the ball and tackle forward does, that frees up one of your middles as well. So usually you have your hooker in there as well because he'll pass and push up, and then you just need one other middle. They say you don't want your edges to pinch together like that. So you should have 2 middles within there. So that's why
this is footy education here, mate.
I know, I'm just taking a few notes here, you know.
And what about and obviously I would assume part of that is also because fullbacks can typically get a quicker play of the ball. But you see teams like Souths where it's always Cam Murray on the 4th, and then Alex Johnson whizzes past, and they sort of swap on that 2nd or 3rd tackle. So
different teams they call them like pinch hitters. So like obviously so like if you're a half, Daily Cherry Evans knows who the fuck gets him his quickest play of the ball. So 1 would be Tommy Turbo, 2 would be Marty Tapau, 3 would be Adam Fanua-Blake. So if they don't front load those carries early, they'll G him up for that tackle 4 play because it's such an important play because you're setting up your kick chase. You're setting up your placement for your kick. So the good halves know who do that and the bad ones don't. And obviously you don't get stuck out on the edge on tackle 5 because the kick pressure is just too hectic.
A lot of
quickest. Sorry, Luke, go ahead.
No, I was about to just move to the next topic. But if you got something,
I was just going to quickly say quickest player ball in the comp. It's got to be Cam Murray, right now.
I don't watch too myself. I don't watch him all the time, but
mate, he almost hits the line. Kind of Darius Boyd. He the second he feels contact, he sort of drops to his hands and knees and then just pops straight back up. It's like this little, he doesn't get that pump leg drive going. He just sort of hits, drops, pops. It's fucking insane, man. Yeah. One of my favourite players outside of Brad Parker.
A lot of good chat there about what's going on in the game, but obviously YKTr Sports, we love things outside the game. We've come up with our culture stats, started to drop a few of them. The Pomeroys have kicked off. We got Fozzie rocking them last weekend. He's going to have to wear them this weekend. That vote, man, nearly 1,900 yeses and 300 no's. Iceway, explain to the punters that aren't aware of the Pomeroy story. Can you give us a little bit of background there?
So I actually started, I was sitting in my car one time. I didn't have undies, and I always wear undies and that. Normally the boys don't really wear them, and I didn't have any. I had the skins on underneath, and I still had decent length shorts on. But because I was sitting down it come up, and then my skins were hanging down below. And he sort of leant through the car window, and he goes, "Fuck, have you got the Benny Pomeroys on?" And fuck, I lost it. But this is like 5 years ago, and I lost it. And then it's just always been kind of like a little personal joke between us YKTr boys. And obviously, if you don't know Benny Pomeroy, he was fucking gun center back in the day, strong as fuck. But he used to like his shorts, the skins ratio was just way too long. And obviously we just call him the Pomeroys, and seen them come back a little bit lately. So it's been good. Nothing wrong with skins. I love skins, but it's got to be the right length.
Jackson, you've been loving the Pomeroys?
Yeah. Oh, mate, it takes me back. Obviously, I get a bit Warriors nostalgic with it. We had Mark Tukey back in the day. Used to wear him just about to his shins, big Tukes. Ivan, Ice's boy, Tuamavave, hated a pair of the blue ones under the grey shorts. Fucking
those are a little bit different. Those are to do with health. So because they've got strapping on the inside. So if you got groin issues, those blue ones used to cover your strap. So I used to always wear a groin strap as well. So that kind of kept mine out. But when I was in 20s, we had these Puma ones. We were all rocking long ones too. It was just because our legs hadn't developed by then.
Yeah, make them look a bit thicker as well if you got the long skins on. Old Tui Lola here used to run him as well, and then he got a bit too big in the ass for him.
Jared Haynes,
Hainsey used to love him.
Yeah, like
I had one.
09 Hainsey.
I had one sent through for another culture stat, the Hainsey tuck. You know, he always used to tuck the shirt in. That's another one that we can look out for.
Yes.
He was a high tucker, eh?
He was. When he's doing his Hain playing, he's got the high pants and the tuck.
I think
he also...
his ass is so big as well. His jersey doesn't come over the back of his ass. It just crunches up like that.
Him and Minicello as well had the old Stephen Donald. The jersey never quite fit, so every time they'd reach up, it would the old belly button would stick out. So Beaver when he ran out in the World Cup and he had the jersey that was like an extra small on. The old Beaver just going to casually go out and win a World Cup.
But I reckon, we keep pushing all this stuff, all the fun stuff that's around footy. It's really on brand with what we're doing, and people get behind it. So if you think
that's what we talk about, isn't it?
Yeah,
like it's just shit that we talk about anyway. So why not?
You won't hear me talking about shape, that's for sure.
Nah, I don't know what a fucking 10-man kick chase is, boy.
And then the thing off the back of that is, it's like obviously there's gonna whenever you start something new, there's always gonna be an element of backlash. You're like, oh fuck, all this shit doesn't matter. But it kind of does. It's just for a bit of a giggle anyway. So stuff that we kind of like to watch. Obviously, running straight is pretty important since ever. It's pretty it's just like a dick measuring contest, isn't it? Running straight. Like who can run the straightest? And
Nathan
that was
Brown
my favorite,
now,
bro.
surely.
Oh, Brownie's there, bro. That was probably my favorite, eh?
Oh, and how about now he hits it with the old turnaround offload as well? Fucking, who the Dogs? Oh, the Dragons last week, right? They played the Dragons last week?
Yeah.
They just couldn't contain it, bro. He'd fucking punch it, and then he just turns and pops. And it's like, and Hopper's like right there. He knows it's coming. And the Dragons are just like, first play every time. Like, he's the old Jordan Rapana. Doesn't give a fuck where he is. He'll throw an offload. So,
yeah, it's good, bro. It's good.
Can't coach it out of him.
Yeah, so
I know he wants to play. I know he wants to play fullback a lot, but he's fucking like such a good winger, man. He's so good at playing wing.
I think for the Kiwis as well, like he captained the Kiwis at fullback, and he's like, "This is where I want to play." But obviously, if Roger's healthy, Roger's going to be the fullback. So just fucking be the best winger in the comp, man. Like he's so
you can still get paid. You can still get paid decent coin on the wing now, because it's such an important position.
Yeah, your third and fourth props now.
So, guys, if you see something that would fit into our culture stats, make sure to tag us in on Instagram, whip it on your stories. We'll have a bit of a giggle with it and try and latch on to a few more. Boys,
Lukey, sorry. One thing we did miss out on, like once park football comes back.
100, that's what we're seeing in the comments. People are like, I'm whipping out the Pomeroys and the short socks.
Yeah. Well, you know what someone needs to run? Someone needs to be my hero and run the old Jimmy Goppeth, the little gloves. Remember people used to run the fingerless gloves? Everyone who played first five thinking that made them catch a pass better.
That's what I bought when I went to Queenstown. It was a bit chilly, so I had the old Canterbury little finger cut-offs, mate.
Was it Matty Rogers at the Titans? Someone at the Titans used to run them all the time.
He was rocking them in the World Cup and that, but he was playing for the Wallabies. They were all sort of rocking. Sterling Morlock used to have him.
Yeah, Morlock. He hated a pair of Pomeroys as well. He used to double it.
Yeah, he did too, eh? They reckon Corey was saying at Penrith one time he was putting up bombs and Bo Champion was dropping him. So next day at training, Bo Champion's a fucking legend, talk shit underwater. But next day at training, he had the gloves on. And Normie can hit him all right too when he bombs him up high. And Normie was snacking these floaters. Paul comes under and go,
What does he calls it? What does he call them? Chocolate dippers or something? He calls them
yeah,
something stupid as well.
chocolate dip. Yeah, he just makes shit up, bro.
Alrighty, boys. Give us there's probably the 2 picks of the games of the round. We've got the Eels Panthers tonight, which we're going to do for Footy Companion. Quick answers. Who you got and why? Jackson?
I like the Panthers just because it'll make me feel better that they dicked my boys last week. So if they pump the Eels, I'm like, sweet, we didn't have a chance. So I'm gonna say Penrith. I think Nathan Cleary coming back is massive for them. I see he's selected Jerome Luai and what's his name, Burton on the bench. That'll change. Like Burton's obviously going to start and Luai will come off the bench. But fuck, man, they've got the best little halves problem to have there. Luai is a gun, and not just because he scored 3 tries against my boys on debut. Like he's a freak. And then Burton's clearly got next. Like that's clearly their 6 of the future. So I think Luai's a bit more versatile. Come on, but Nathan Cleary being back for them is massive. They've won however many games. Have they lost the game yet? I don't think they've lost a game, have they?
Yeah, they lost the Knights. Lost the
Knights. There you go. Well, so they're 3-1, basically without their best player, and he's gonna link with Kickout. I just think I love how Para have been playing, but I think Penrith are just, which surprised me. I think they're too strong through the middle. Last week their forwards were so fucking good, man. I thought if anything their forwards were a bit of a liability, but they got blokes like fucking Isaiah Yeo running for 200 meters now and all sorts. So. Yeah, I'll take Penrith, man. It's going to be close. If you're a punting man, I like the line. I think was it plus 2.5 or something like that. So yeah, there's your scope special for this week. I like Penrith in that one.
There's the quick answer mustn't translate well. You must have dropped out in the old broadband connection there. You know. Now, Ice quickly. What do you reckon for this game?
If I had money on it, I'll definitely go Penrith as well. I'll pick Carousel player of the match. Obviously, Nathan Cleary coming back, steadies the ship up very well. I think he's keen to get back as well. I was chatting to him during the week, more so about cards. But, he seems pretty chilled. I think he's pretty cool. I think he's ready to bounce back and sort of put all that TikTok stuff behind him. So I reckon Panthers only just.
Yeah. You know what having Jerome Luai on the bench for them as well means he can spell for Appy, so you get 60 fucking gun minutes out of Appy rather than 80 where he's like at the back end of games he's fucked now, particularly with these new rules. So
RCG will be good. RCG's going to be good tonight. He's fucking right back in form. And like last time he played Penrith, he was there, but he wasn't really there. Like he was still good, but he wasn't like RCG. You know what I mean? So he's back in full form now, which is exciting for Parramatta. So I think he'll be really good tonight. He'll take it personal.
Best little upper lip slug in the comp as well.
Yeah. The other
He's
game
his name flows, Regan Campbell-Gillard.
Campbell-Gillard.
100.
Off the back fence.
Para's getting up there. Tune in everyone tonight on Footy Companion with that one. It should be a good giggle and a good game as well. The other one
is it sorry, Lukey, is it all the boys for Footy Companion, same crew?
Ren will find out later today, but so far
he's got a corona test.
Yeah. So
does it? Or is he crook or no?
I don't know. That's what he said in the chat. Maybe he was taking the piss, but I couldn't tell. But yeah. So it'll be just the usual gang. And then so the other game that came up in the comments a lot was Knights Storm. Obviously, a big game for the Knights to go up against a team like the Storm. Jackson, maybe I'll ask for a long answer here, and we'll get the opposite. So, what do you got for that game?
Ponga v Pappy. I think Melbourne will win, but it's going to be an awesome game.
That's got a good ring to it. Ponga v Pappy, a little.
Ponga v Pappy. Yeah, there you go. Let's take that one. It's free, mate. It's going to be sick. I love the Mitchell Pearce Ponga thing is just so silky right now. I love that Big Edric's sort of been given his chance and really excelling on the wing there. I think Melbourne's a lot better up front than Newcastle. I think sort of skill for skill outside backs and then the halves. I think they got him, but there's a little birdie saying that Cooper Johns is going to get a look as well. Whether that means it's at the expense of Jerome Hughes. I know he travelled with the team.
Jerome breaking his wrist.
Oh, has he? Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah,
so Cooper's with the team.
Breaking his hand.
So is he out or?
Yeah, he's out. He had operation.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
On last week, so he's out for 3-4 weeks.
Well, there you go. So, Cooper's travelled with the team. I hope he fucking gets a start. So that'll be cool. I'm not too sure who they've named at halfback. Not Cooper, but that'll be cool. I think Melbourne win, bro.
Yeah, you got Cooper named in 20. So
I think my understanding, again, just this is just
Yeah, he'll
through
slot
fucking
in.
whispers
He'll
and whispers.
slot
I
in.
think he's starting. Yeah, so that'd be cool. I saw Matty Johns. They asked Matty Johns last night. They said, "Oh mate, if Cooper gets the call, he calls you up and says, Dad, I'm in. Like, what's one piece of advice?" He goes, "Call your uncle." So, yeah, it'd be awesome. Through our very limited sort of interactions with Cooper, he just seems like the fucking man. So I wish him all the best. I hope they go out there. It's an amazing game and they win by 1 point. He hits the field goal.
You see his ad that he did the other day. It was like Uber Eats or one of those like maybe it's like one of those food delivery things. Did you watch that?
Out on his deck or something?
Nah, he was in bed and then like the delivery comes in, the guy's in the hallway and he said, he looks at the food and he's like, "Oh, love you," and then it's him playing the other role as well. And the food guy looks back, he's like, "Oh, sorry, what did you say?" It's a good little clip. Go on his Insta, watch it. It's good giggle. He's got a little bit of his dad's flavour in him, that's for sure. Ice man,
Bright future.
who have you got for Pappy versus Ponga?
I'm going Newcastle, not out of pure bias. Like, I'm a little bit biased that way. I obviously know all those Melbourne boys. They're almost like my second or third favourite team right now, which I thought I'd never say because all of them cunts are fucking such good cunts and love money, love all those boys in the car gang, etc. But I'm just going to go Newcastle. I think they're gearing up nice for this. I think they've been like this will be like their really big test for them. Obviously, and I think Adam O'Brien's a really good coach, and he'll be sparking them right up. And you'll get guys like Mitchell Pearce who've always sort of played these types of teams, and we've got a bunch of young kids that are full of confidence. And I just feel like Newcastle can take him. So I'm just going to go Newcastle.
Another big day for Bradman Best.
Yeah, he'll score one try. I reckon. Yeah, he'll definitely score one try. Put your house on it.
Bradman Best to score, Newcastle to win. There's a little punt.
But yeah, I reckon they're gearing themselves up for this really big game, and they'll treat it a lot bigger than I think Melbourne will, and I reckon it might show.
Yeah, I disagree. I think back of the Cam game, I think Melbourne come into this one and just Big Nelson and the boys. I think they beat him through the middle, and you'll get that ugly sort of. I think Melbourne will be able to slow this one down. They're slowly. You could even see last week. So the first week of the new rules, they just couldn't hang with it. The second week they got a lot better. I think this week they'll suffocate Newcastle out of the game. But it's going to be a mean game anyway. So I can't wait. Up to Cooper Johns.
100. Well, we're going to chat about the Super Rugby being back tonight as well, but we haven't really got time for that. We've just clocked 20 minutes, boys, so I reckon that's where we wrap it up for today. Ice, are you about to say something? Or
I'll be in the car gang trying to get them the boys there on when they play the Knights, try and put them off anyway.
So, bro, right before kickoff, you just got a Zion, bro. Oh no, sorry, you didn't. Disappointed.
Alrighty, boys. Well, we'll chat over the weekend. Everyone enjoy the weekend of footy. We'll be back Monday to wrap it all up. Another episode of the show.
Tonight, Footy Companion tonight. Everyone jump on. Make sure you check that out. And yeah, Vintage Kit, dropping new shit.
100%. Well, as we go live, you'll be dropping, eh?
It'll be 6 p.m. your time? Nah, be before.
Yeah,
Nah, cool. Alrighty. Catch everyone later.